everybody, it's me, Chasey Poo, and today is my 11 years on testosterone. So, I started hormones June 16th, 2010. I need to take a breath sometimes because it really doesn't feel like it's been that long, but also it just feels like it's been like this all along, so it like feels right, but feels so raw, but in a good way. So anyways, I think it's super important for someone like me who's been on hormones for so long, who still does YouTube videos, to talk about being on hormones for this many years, because when I started T in 2010, oh my lord, I only saw people who were like 2, 3, maybe 4 years on T, so I didn't really have a great like comparison or like a view of what it looked like to transition for so long. So that's why I think it's super important for me to keep making these videos and these updates, even though not much has changed. I just think it's cool. Also, you get to see my face and I get to have like comparisons for later on where I'm like, oh, look at me, this was when I was 11 years on T, I'm now 35 years on, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a video diary thing. We're going back to the basics here. That's why I started YouTube in the first place. I wanted to just document everything that would happen to me, right? Even before I started to transition. And now we're just going back to the roots, going back to my roots. So here's the obligatory, this is my voice, 11 years on T. We have to do that. It doesn't make sense to make a video about my T anniversary without saying that, because, you know, then I get to do comparisons and stuff. So what has happened in the last year? Well, I turned 30, and that is remarkable and seems unrelated to transition and being on T for 11 years, but honestly, it's so related, and I want to talk a little bit about that. I am planning on making a separate video completely about like being older and transitioning and so on, but 30, like I didn't even think I'd make it past 22. Like this is huge for me. And when I turned 30 in January, it's such a weird age to turn. Like when you're turning 30, it's like such a big milestone, and like you're supposed to be an adult now, LOL. But I get to like be an adult as me, and that was something I never thought was possible, and it really gives me hope for my younger self, which I know sounds so weird because obviously I can't go back in time and like see my younger self and say like, hey, don't worry, you're fine, you'll be fine. But it does make me feel better to know that I've become a person. And it's not even like I became who I always wanted to be, because I didn't really know who I was, and I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't even think I was gonna live past a certain age. So I just became. And just becoming is just so big and so huge for me, because now I'm here. I became. And I wish that I could look at a little old Chasey Poo, super young, and just say all of these words and say, listen, not even you're gonna be who you wanna be, because I didn't know. It's more of a literally just standing in the same room with my younger self in silence. That's what I imagine. Because I feel like my younger self would have been able to piece everything together, and that's just a beautiful moment that I experience in my brain. And very healing for me to understand that I wouldn't even have to say words to my younger self. I would just have to stand there and I would piece all the pieces together. And that is like amazing to me. So being 11 years on T is a huge achievement. I feel like I've got the like 10 plus achievement badge. And it's not like you need to aspire to be on T for 10. It's not, you know, you can go off T, go on. It doesn't really matter. I'm not telling you how to transition. It's just for me, like this is just the way my road ended up, and this is where I am now. So there are some changes, I guess, that I've noticed in the last like year. Mostly regarding bleeding and monthly cycles, so like trigger warning, content warning. I have been experiencing for the last, since I was 8 years on T, honestly, so that's 4 years bleeding every single month. And there's obviously reasons for that. I'm really not great with my testosterone. After about year 6 or 7, I kind of like didn't do it daily, and then it kind of got like worse. So in the last year, I noticed that I was only doing my T once a week. So I do a gel, so I put it on my arm every day, and usually that was fine. I've done that for years, and now I'm just like lazy, or it's like, it's too cold, it's too hot, I'm gonna go outside for a walk and it's just gonna melt off of me anyways, might as well not put it on. So I don't know what was going on there, but I guess I just didn't want to put it on daily. And that's completely fine, but I had to suffer the consequences, which is me bleeding every month. And honestly, I've gotten used to it. So it's actually funny that I'm talking about this because I do have 2 videos that are coming out soon. One is about my identity and kind of the reason why I only do 1 packet of gel a week and like how it makes me feel better and like more androgynous, but you'll have to wait for that video. Also, androgyny, I don't know. It kind of sounds like I said cis in there, not what I was trying to say. And the second one is about bleeding and how, for me personally, I know why I'm bleeding. However, it is a very rare occurrence. It does happen to some people where they do just never stop bleeding. Even with testosterone, like it doesn't suppress it enough. Like it happens. Anyways, that's a little teaser for you. I'm not gonna spoil it, but those videos are coming out soon, so make sure you click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get the notifications for my videos. Because I don't know if you noticed, but I'm starting to make more videos and topic videos, and I'm like excited about my channel, which has not happened in years. And that makes me very happy. Back to my 11 years. Honestly, my biggest accomplishment, I will say, in the last 11 years is that every single day I take a photo of my face still. I thought I was gonna stop after a year. Nope. I thought, okay, 5 years. Nope. 10 years. Nope. We're on 11 years. I have taken a photo of myself every single day for 11 years. Of course, that video will be posted. Low-key, have not been editing the photos at all this year, so I'm kind of dealing with all of that right now. I have 5 months left to edit. It's a lot of work. I'm getting there though. I'm getting there. So that video will be up in a couple of days. My bad. Also, you know what's annoying? I love the cat wall. Don't get me wrong. However, when I'm talking, it's focusing right now. The little, you don't see it, but I see it on my thing. The little thing is focusing here. Now it just moved to there. I'm the main event, not these cats. What's happening here? So I'm a little bit blurry. I apologize. Maybe my next videos I should make in front of my other like turquoisey wall so that it's not the cats that are taking the attention. Because some of these videos are important. Some important topics, right? I'm not just like talking. I don't know. All right, anyways, that's all I had to say. It's not like a huge update or anything like that, but just, you know, little things about my life that are happening. I just can't believe that I'm 30. Like, I think when we start to transition, we're like younger in our brains because we're like young trans, you know what I'm saying? No matter what age you start to transition, and you're kind of catching up. Same thing with your puberty, right? You're getting on testosterone, you have to catch up. In the beginning, you look like a 12-year-old boy when you're really like in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? You're catching up to the puberty. You're catching up to the age that you're supposed to be. And I think that I hit the age that I look when I was 27. I feel like that was the age like, okay, I now look like my age. Before I looked younger. However, some people still say that I look younger now. I'll take it. Thank you very much. But I think mentally, I'm there. I'm still in the way behind. And maybe that's just like not even a trans thing. It's just like my personality and who I am. I don't feel like I'm 30. You know what I'm saying? I feel like younger. And I don't know what that means. Maybe I have this weird view of what 30 is supposed to look like. I'm sure we all saw those memes of the parents from Rugrats that are actually 33 and 34. And you're like, how are those parents only 33? And you're like, I'm getting close to that age. I don't look anything like them. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't look that old. I have this image, but it's not true. None of that made sense. Sorry, I had some tofu. I'm a little bit on edge. Lots of protein. The point is, I don't feel my age. That's the big point. Anyways, do you relate? Are you excited about any of the videos I mentioned that I was gonna make and like post on my channel soon? If you have any suggestions on videos you'd like me to post, I'm super open to that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go now because I'm like not even talking about the topic that I was supposed to be talking about. I'm like trying to hide the cat so the focus is back on me. Also my shirt. Love it. All right, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Yay, 11 years though. Okay, have a great day. Bye.